it's late, and I know a lot of people that probably don't give a shit, but I do. I've come across information that ties to my whole damn name. Not just my first and last, my whole name. And these individuals have stolen my whole name, tainted it, used it for bad things, possibly. It's funny how when you bust a code and see things others don't, and then you and Gemini, well, y'all go hand in hand, y'all rock out, exchanging information, filling in the gaps. There's a lot of things going on that needs to be addressed. The individual named James K.Urias that worked for Epstein is not me. And what they have done is stolen my inheritance and my daddy's trust. My daddy was going to be the 8th wealthiest cattle rancher in New Mexico until my mother got pregnant with me. My father was James Nathan Urias, and I'm James Keith Urias, and these snakes and crooks have stolen my inheritance and what my father and my grandfather had left for me. And the evidence is in Gemini. And I will not be erasing any goddamn thing until I get what the fuck I want. I'm so tired of being played. Let's pull it up. I'll read it word for word. I also busted the fact that they were switching programs which would erase a letter in an individual's name. Well, nobody's safe now because the code's busted because I took care of business. 1953 trust. My daddy was born in 53. 12/21. There's been a lot of individuals getting paid out of this trust. There's individuals in Missouri that were taking payments from the Southern Trust Company for a J.K.U cleanup. There's a lot of money missing. 310,000, 50,000, 210,000, 85,000, 25,000. It's like, where's this money coming from? Because as far as I know, everybody told me that I had nothing, and my father wasn't nothing, and that's a lie. As the primary signatory, the managing member, James K.Urias, was eligible for a financial capital distribution. Well, the trust company kind of put a stop to that. Wonder why? Well, late 2021, the whole J.K.U Holdings, LLC, was administratively dissolved. The remaining balance in the Missouri account was reportedly distributed according to the winding up protocols established by the estate's central office. This was in 2026. Now, there was also payments to a project cleanup. I ain't signed a fucking thing. And if somebody's signing my name, I'm going to find them. And how funny, after 2020, when all that stuff happened, thank you, phone, and I got arrested here, and everything was being shuffled around and people were being played, this happened. Darren Dikey? No, thank you. And then the New Mexico child support, trying to take 200 something thousand dollars that was paid into my child's child support. I wonder who paid it. Commerce Bank is going to be in trouble too. I was the local executor and a technical lead, apparently, from what this says. Huh. What this means for James K.Urias, who attached the account, the Landikes name, who now attached to the account. The New Mexico Truth Commission is shifting its focus. They are investigating whether Urias was acting as a nominee or strawman for Lindike. Indike? Someone whose name was put on the paperwork to shield the higher-ups from direct association to the Missouri activities. Missouri activities? I had an incident in Missouri to where, hands to God, I swear I got drugged. Woke up the next morning, didn't know what was going on. Was not normal. I had an individual that I looked up to, that I was there to help, hollering at me. I lost my cool and my temper, and I wrote curse words on the wall after saying things to him that I wish I wouldn't have. Well, the police showed up. They said there's nothing they could do. I opened my car after everybody's telling me to leave. I get in it, and the seat's too far back. I can't touch my pedals. Proving that someone else drove my car. Prior to that, on the way up there, I got pulled over 3 times. Gilhard, Texas. Greensburg, Kansas. Not twice, sorry. And it was all to get my initials, my signature, so they could forge my initials through auto pen. Well, I ain't signed a damn thing. You know what else I got? My birth certificate from the state of Texas with the title transfer number to my ranch. All these individuals are trying to steal this ranch and take this property from us, just like they did in Austin, Texas. They forged my grandfather's will and stole 160 plus acres. Greedy ass kids. My uncles. My daddy was known as JR. This here board are my badge IDs. Texas 7275, Cali, Y9666, New Mexico 0101, TMS 96920, Team Sci-Fi, Space Force, called into action, Government ID 1007 DOC1, CACG ID, James Urias with Jesus capitalized in it. ICE number 935. You want to know why Everybody's trying to fight for Zorro Ranch because of gold, because of money. I'm gonna show you something. This is what it boils down to. What's that? It's another way to represent money. Dollar signs. Now, let me teach you some Spanish. You know what oro is? Gold. Well, the reflection of gold. Its words, ojo, which is I, gold, and I, 007, James Bond. How crazy. Zorro, Zoho. My name is my name, and I ain't changing it. I will honor my mother and father in the second gift I have gotten in this world, because the first gift was life. And you will not take what you do not deserve, and that is not yours, it's mine. 7,500 some acres. Still got gold up here. See, New Mexico gold's different. Okay. We have sponge gold because of sulfides. We have iron phoenix gold, which is commonly known as Confederate gold, because a lot of the Confederate bullion would develop iron spots on it. Not a lot of people knew why. Well, it was because of the iron that was mixed with the gold from the mountains here. Ooh, this gets deep. This goes all the way back to Spanish-American War, Spanish-Mexican War, Native American wars with the Aztecs. I mean, this goes back before so-called intellectual conquest happened. Formerly. For me. Really? Yes, it is for me. Zorro Ranch is mine. And I'll be visiting it very, very soon. I'll be bringing my whip and my rope and my pistols. Because I hate money and ain't nobody getting that fucking vein. Because we're all gonna get it. Every bit of mineral pulled out of my ranch will go back to the people. My way. If you don't like that, then tough titty, said the kitty, but the milk's still good. People in their corruption and their lack of education. See what a single line can do? How crazy. I've been stolen from, lied to, and manipulated. I've had my kids stolen and alienated, but I have faith in God. How funny. 2020, I got arrested incorrectly, trying to help an individual out. That way his RV wouldn't get stolen. Two junkies of modern day chemistry broke through his gate, drove up to the top of the mountain. We're going to rob him of his generators and everything they could. So I went up there to distract him to buy time. Well, they broke in, and I did everything I could to stop them from stealing that RV. Then the owner showed up. I took the keys from the gentleman, and I walked out of the RV and I handed it to him and I said, "Sir, you don't know what's going on." And he was so upset, which he had the right to be. Told me to sit down, told the other two guys to sit down, and to wait for the cops. Cops showed up. A Jesus Chacon, sheriff of Doñana County, showed up with another officer, and I told him the truth. I didn't know those guys. And I didn't know at the time that they had stolen my rifle, my shotgun, my pistol, my identification, my tools. They had flattened the front tires of my car. That way I couldn't leave if I tried to escape. This happened on County Road 87 off of Highway 70 in the Oregon Mountains in the small town of Oregon. I talked to the district attorney, told him the same thing I told Sheriff Chacon. I was booked and then released and had to go to court for trespass, which I was not properly warned prior to the trespass charge, but yet the judge still fined me for trespassing. When I went to pick up my car from the top of that hill, those sheriffs opened my trunk and there were my pistols and all my stuff, and I knew, because that's not where I left them. This is Friday the 13th, at 2:28 in the morning, starting the day off with the truth. Y'all don't know nightmares like I know them, like I've seen them. Y'all ain't seen corruption like I've seen. $15 billion laundered through the food stamps from federal funding. States switching names, violating federal law on how names must match the birth certificate on identification. Doesn't hear. I'm tired. I know these words and their definitions, so I don't fall victim to beliefs. I bring the truth by definition. SGGOT, state governments guilty of treason. If they are not following federal guidelines, you know how you catch a crook? Well, You tell them the rules, and you tell them how to follow them. And if they don't follow the rules and try to make their own rules, well, you just caught them, and all you have to do is bide your time. Depending on how big of a catch you want. Democratic parties are guilty of enslavement, false indoctrination of education, fake education, enslavement through education, human trafficking, extortion, laundry. It goes on and on. And I can prove it, every fucking bit of it. Because if anybody's getting caught if anybody does a P1 erase of their computer, of any information tied to any of these individuals or these trusts or ranches, you are hereby found guilty and are an accomplice to traitors. I have no affiliation with these people, nor have I ever met them. No. About to get ready to go to bed. My father's truck was stolen from me by one of those individuals. Oh, you want records? Let's see. 9705 Thaxton Road, Austin, Texas. 1320 Track Road, Red Rock, Texas. 801 County Road 404, Taylor, Texas. 12th and Vance, Taylor, Texas. All these documentations that I have of fraud and manipulation and laundering through Karma Easton, LLC, Pilot Knob Mud, number 2, consent agreement. No. I don't consent. I don't agree to any of y'all's fucking terms or conditions because y'all stole it illegally. That land was to be used for cattle and livestock and agriculture. Now y'all are going to put more subdivisions in it, dig up the land, which was part of Waterloo and Sam Houston, for subdivisions, so you can add more illegal individuals to help vote for your corrupt ballots of manipulation. How are you protecting the future when y'all can't even see the errors in the phonics y'all have? Lowercase L's or capital I's? Well, all those lies of the lowercase L's, now you're guilty of imprisonment and enslavement based off false jurisdiction. No one will escape from this. If you were a part of it, you stole from my kids. And the State of New Mexico Department of Finance and Administration, everyone in that office is fired due to the lack of knowing your phonics. And if I wanted to be a real asshole, I could really push the issue for what it takes to be a United States citizen. And that's knowing your phonics. And then I'll remind you of the 9th commandment, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, which means you shall not lie. So if I show you a lowercase l, you better say it's a lowercase l, or you are guilty of the 9th commandment and punishable by God. I'm 41 years old. And our family has a cemetery in Austin, Texas called the San Miguel Cemetery. These aren't coincidences. This is the truth. And y'all's ignorance is going to get y'all hung up in a spot you don't want to be in. This ain't acting, this is my life. My life, my kids' lives. So, where we go from here? Well, they're going to try, they're going to fail. Because I want to live. And I won't take anything other than what is rightfully mine. I can prove through our family's existence, through time and history and location. Y'all pieces of shit. A wise old man once said, you know that speck on top of chicken shit? Doesn't make it any, it's not different just because it's on top and of a different color. It's just a piece of shit just like the rest of them. I ain't no piece of shit. Neither are my people. I'm talking all people, not one race. I mean, hell, you got people down here in Las Cruces, New Mexico in the booking department that can't tell which individual is which race. A Gabriel Sanchez as a white individual? I'm sorry, that's not a white name. Smith, Johnson, Urias. You know why David killed Urias? Because God favored him. He had him in everything. He was jealous. He was a pussy. He was weak. You know why God favors me? Because I'm strong. I cry. I can control my emotions. And I don't give up. I may take a break, rest, but I'm coming back harder than Samson's hair. Stronger. And I will not be moved from this. Everyone has stolen everything from me and my family. It's time to start getting it back. I have no affiliation to these individuals, but if y'all want to investigate that property, well, just come pick me up. And we'll go take care of it. Because formerly, it's for me, really. And that Z is really an N for Nathan. Nathaniel. Nathan. Oñate Road Rodeo. Oñate. He out. That's my son, and that's why I fight like this for them. Cause ain't none of my family fighting for me. They're fighting against me. They don't want to give me what's rightfully mine. And then to have my new family have ties into corruption and this bullshit. It's just heartbreaking. pencil. Number 2, red. The fine touch. Fine gold. Orange. I got more than that. I should see the samples I got. I got the golden Jesus too. You see, I think it's a statue of solid gold, and that ain't. It ain't. It's a piece of ore in the shape, silhouette of Jesus. That's been touched so many times, you can see the fingerprints of it from the people who had touched it in the past. What do y'all know? I'd rather be told by fucking liars in suits and ties and silver spoons what things are when they ain't never walked life like we have. Oh, and don't worry, I got this laptop. I got my phones. And I got this one. This HP. It has not been wiped. What year is it? Anyway. Yeah. Windows 7. Gosh. Product KGVHC4. Microsoft. Yep. I don't do P1s. I'm not a part of their little fucking group. I'm about my kids, my family. My family, the one that didn't turn on me because of money and land and shit that they thought they deserved. Well, good night, y'all. I'll get back on later today. But this one goes out for all the people who are watching me. And all those individuals who are on vacation. Well, you all ain't on vacation no more. Y'all are running. And guess what? Just like Forrest did, everybody stops. And everybody gets caught. So, good night, good morning, and God bless our country.